And these situations can be addressed by understanding your power and by staying in the heart. It's very important to stay in the heart, folks. And let me tell you about this. Let me tell you how this works. As I've often said to you on many of these shows, we precipitate matter. We precipitate this reality. We create it ourselves with our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions. Our DNA draws energy into it from the surrounding field. We precipitate the physical matter of the body. We replenish the energy supply with our emotions and our intent, with the electromagnetic field that's coming out of our heart. If you approach these issues in a state of unconditional love, which is what I'm doing. I mean, I can say the things I do about these people, and I can have the commitment to deal with these problems the way I do, but I'm still not stepping out of a state of unconditional love. I don't hate the perpetrators of these crimes. I simply see them as crimes that need to be addressed, and I have no problem in addressing them. And you can stay in that state of unconditional love when you're doing this. When you are in a state of unconditional love, what you find is that you don't draw energy from the field around you. What you find is that you draw energy straight from the source. This is fresh energy straight from the source, straight from the Creator. And you can recharge the field around you with brand new positive energy that you're not taking out of the field. It's coming from the source. All you have to do is give of yourself in unconditional love. Give. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Understand your connection to everybody and everything else. Look at the world in that way and speak from the heart. Do things from the heart. Do what's right in all that you do. This is why I speak out against these people the way I do. This is why I'm going to take the action that I am going to take. Because it's what's needed to be done. Because I love humanity, because I love myself and I love those around me, I will do what needs to be done. That's what it's all about. A lot of the spiritualist New Age movement will sit there and think, well, I can't look at the negative because I will manifest a negative reality. This is exactly what they've been taught to think. This is exactly what the Illuminati put the whole New Age movement in place for. We'll teach these people that they're the chosen ones, and that if they just stay in a state of positive and don't look at the negative, then they're all going to ascend, which is complete and utter bollocks. It's just absolute rubbish, folks. What is going to happen? The consciousness will shift when people put themselves in a state of unconditional love, and when they can look at the negative and see that it isn't negative, it's just one polarity of the same energy. There is nothing negative. There is no negativity. Nothing's bad. It's just the emotion that you attach to it makes it bad. It's just information. It's not bad information. It's not good information. It's just information. And information can come from either polarity. It's the one energy, but it has two completely opposite polarities, and these two polarities come together to make up the whole. And until you can look at both polarities and address both polarities as simply information and not attach emotion to it, then you can't step away from the fear, and you can't address things the way they need to be addressed. It even says in all religious teachings and from all doctrines that in order to go into the light, you need to be able to embrace the darkness. You need to be able to look at information and see it as empowering and take steps to address that information and those situations that need to be addressed. That's what it's all about. A lot of people have been trained that to just sit back and let the world turn to complete rubbish and death and mayhem around them, because otherwise they'll manifest a negative reality. Well, look, folks, the New Age movement has been going for 30 years now, and I'm looking around me and I really don't see that the world has gotten any better in that time, because people have refused to address the situations that they're faced with. They just sit there and think, well, if I ignore this situation, then it will go away. It won't be part of my reality. I don't know, these people think they live on a different planet to everybody else or something, but it's not fixing things, folks. You need to address issues in order to fix them. You just need to understand that you can address issues from a state of unconditional love. You can address them from the heart, and it doesn't affect you in a negative way. In fact, you can have some very, very positive outcomes. And this is a lot of what the consciousness wants to do. This is how this so-called ascension will happen, when people begin to understand that there is no negative. It's just one polarity of the same energy. And you need to address both sides of that energy. You need to address both polarities. You need to see them for what they really are. And you need to take steps to fix things in the physical world, because this is a physical world that we live in. There's too many people that won't address that. And there's too many other people who, I mean, a lot of religious teachings, for example, a lot of Christians are just sitting there saying, well, all this has to happen because it's in the Bible. The Bible says it's going to happen, so therefore I'm going to sit back and I'm going to allow the world to be destroyed around me because this book says it has to happen. See, it's just predictions coming true. It's biblical prophecies coming true. What they don't understand is that it's not biblical prophecies coming true. It's simply people following the script that is laid down for them in the Bible. They're using this as a script because they know that if they do that, then all these people who are brainwashed by these churches, who none of whom follow the teachings of Christ, and none of them whom are actually Christian, they just follow the teachings of these religious institutions and just wait for the world to turn to chaos around them because that's the way it has to be. Well, it's not the way it has to be, folks. It's the way it's being designed, and most of these people are just brainwashed into letting it happen. So people need to wake up to themselves because we're running out of time, folks. We don't have a lot of time left. We really do need to address the situation so we can have a positive and vibrant future for our children. I personally want my son to have a good world to grow up in. And I know that if I sit back and wait for the Bible to unfold, or if I sit back and try not to manifest a negative reality, then my son is going to have a pretty bad world to grow up in because I chose to do nothing. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're just doing nothing. So the time for action is now, folks. It really is now. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show. This show has been pre-recorded, as you might have guessed, because you probably haven't been able to ring up at all. Next week's show will also be pre-recorded because I will be talking to Jane Burgermeister sometime over the weekend. I'll be recording the show for next week. But on the following program, I will be live again, and I will look forward to taking your phone calls. I've been missing talking to some of you, so that'll be something to look forward to as well. So get out and address these issues, folks. Get out and research what I've spoken about today on this show. Go to the website, thecrowhouse.com. Have a look at the information regarding this so-called swine flu and get the information out to as many people as you possibly can. This is the big one. This is something that we really cannot be idle about, and I cannot stress this enough, the importance of you getting out and getting this information to people around you. It's extremely important, my friends. It's something that you really have to do. So please visit the website. I've made some pretty significant updates to it. There's a lot of new information and new links there that I'm sure you will find interesting. There's the information on this swine flu. There's information on the RFID tracking chips that they use in people's ID cards and what they're intending to microchip people with and how easily hackable these chips are. There's a lot of information there that I'm sure you will find very empowering if you just take the time to look at it. The site does function on public donations. If you can help me, that would be very much appreciated. All of the money is recycled back into the website and is used to get information out to people. Burn DVDs and all of the things that I do every week in order to keep this flow of information constant. I very much enjoyed talking to you today. It's great to be back on the air. I apologise it took me so long to get back here. I'm actually on a borrowed internet connection at the moment. We're running a cable from the house next door, which is very nice of them to do so. We've been having a little bit of difficulty getting internet connected to the house I'm in, so we're trying to actually rectify that situation today. Well, it's been a pleasure, my friends. Please visit the website, thecrowhouse.com. Please look at the information that I've provided for you today on this show. Please go and research it for yourself and get it out to others as much as you possibly can. We need to fix this situation, and I firmly believe that we can. I think that the New World Order, the architects of the New World Order, are doing this because they are absolutely running scared. So they have got the pedal to the metal to try to get this depopulation happening before too many people wake up to what's actually going on. So you can't let them get away with it, folks. Have a wonderful week, and I will sign off now, and I will speak to you next week. Bye-bye for now.